Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Pack Crack. I am the board game lawyer, and today, instead of cracking open packs of cards, I'm going to build a deck with the packs that I've already opened up so far. So far, I've opened up 6 packs, and that's what you would get if you went to a limited event. If you played in a sealed event, you would open up 6 packs of cards, and you would build at least a 30-card deck. And so that's what I decided to do today. So using the 6 packs from the previous days, these are the cards that I came up with for my deck. Now, typically in a limited event, you don't have very long to build your deck, seemingly just a few minutes actually, so you have to quickly kind of analyze what you've got and decide what direction you're going to go. So I decided that for my hero for this deck that I would use Hera. And the reason why I'm using Hera is because she says that she can ignore the aspect penalty on Spectre cards you play. And I did get some Spectre cards in those 6 packs that I opened up. So that should work out really nicely for her. And there's also some good green cards that I also cracked open in my packs. And so we're going to use Hera as our leader today. And our base that we're going to use is the Administration Tower. It's a 30-point base, and I like to use that, particularly in a sealed event, if I don't have any cards that really work very well with the other bases, some of the special bases that you could open up. So I do like the Administrator's Tower. I'm going to put it out, so we'll be using Cunning, and we'll have Command, and we'll have Rebel that you can pick from, or Hero that you can pick from. And again, so one of the reasons why I chose Hera is because I did pick Kanan Jarrus in my packs. And so he is a unit that reports on the ground. He's a Force Jedi Rebel Spectre, so he doesn't take the penalty for not matching all of the aspect icons because he's in the Spectre trait. So he simply just costs 4 to put out. That's a powerful ground unit to use in a sealed event. So I'll put Kanan right here. We also got the Ghost, which is also a Spectre. It's a 6 cost. 5/5 on its stats. Rebel Vehicle Transport Spectre. He comes into play shielded. So when you put him out, it's shielded, and it says when played or on attack, you may give a shield token to another Spectre unit. So if we've got Kanan out on the table, now we're going to put the Ghost out, and that's going to help out with Kanan and the shield and the Ghost. All right, and we also picked up Zeb. So those were our Spectres that we got in those 6 packs. And he's a ground unit that costs 5. He's a 5/5 Rebel Spectre. It says when this unit completes an attack, if the defender was defeated, you may deal 4 damage to a ground unit. Oftentimes in sealed, you're going to have a lot of units on the ground, possibly, and a lot of low-cost units on the ground. So Zeb could probably take out a couple of units on his own. So we'll put Zeb in our deck. So that's 3 cards so far. Now we'll go through our Cunning cards that we're going to include in our deck. The first one is the Lothal Insurgent. It's a low cost 2 Cunning hero. 3/3 is its stat. It says when played, if you played another card this phase, each opponent draws a card, then discards a card from their hand. All right, and it's a random discard, so it's a way to disrupt the card. Maybe they got one good card in their packs, and so you're going to use that Lothal Insurgent to knock it out. We also have the Crafty Smuggler, who comes out shielded. He's a 2/2/2. Underworld, very straightforward, but he has a shield on him, so that could potentially keep him around for a little bit. Also have the Rogue Operative, which is another unit that I picked up. It's a 3 cost. Saboteur, so someone's got shields. We can go through that. Raid, on attack it gets +2, so it's actually a 3/4/4 on attack, so that's pretty good for the Rogue Operative. Next we got the Swoop Racer. Just threw it in there because it is a unit on the ground. 3/4/4/3 is its stats, and it's nice to have some units on the ground, particularly if you get any upgrades that you can put on units that are vehicles. Is this a vehicle? No, he doesn't say he's a vehicle. It says he's fringe, so maybe that wouldn't have been the best pick to put the Swoop Racer in here, but I chose it. Then there's a 1 cost unit, the Mining Guild TIE Fighter. It's a fringe vehicle fighter. On attack, you may pay $2 if you do, draw a card. And so drawing cards is going to be a premium. So we want to put that out. I like the Pirated Starfighter. It costs 2, it's in space. In Cunning, 2/4 is its stats. Underworld Vehicle Fighter. It has a rate of 1, so it gets +1 while attacking. And when played, return a friendly non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So you could use that strategically. Remove a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So he's got his expensive card out there that he paid for. Now he doesn't have it anymore. It's not readied anymore when it goes to his hand. Or maybe you're going to, well, it says return a friendly non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So friendly non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So I guess it would have to be on me. Return something to my hand. So something takes some damage. You want to get rid of it. Bring it back up to your hand. So that's the Pirated Starfighter. Yeah, I had to pay a little closer attention to the rules on that card there. The Strafing Gunship, a rare card that's good to get in sealed. Why? Because this says this unit can attack units in the ground arena. While this unit's attacking a ground unit, the defender gets -2, -0. So there may be a lot of low-cost guys over there on the ground, and the Strafing Gunship can just kind of pick them off and hopefully do so safely. So that is the Strafing Gunship. Really good card to put in a sealed deck. There's that Smuggling Compartment. Attached to a vehicle unit. Attached unit gets on attack, ready a resource. And it bumps up your stats 1/1. That's a modification. So we've got some vehicles out there on the table. Maybe we're going to put that over here on our Strafing Gunship, possibly, and start picking off things on the ground. Snapshot Reflexes is an upgrade that when you add it, it's a 1/1. When played, you may attack with attached unit. There we go. Let's put some Snapshot Reflexes also on this unit here. And then we have Disarm, which is to give an enemy unit -4, -0 for this phase. So it's a 1 cost to kind of neutralize, and that would do the damage to, that would knock out, for example, Kanan. It would knock out his attack for the phase. Disarm would. It only costs 1, so that's an event that we might include. Also, we have Waylay, which is return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand, and that'll cost you 3 to waylay something. And then the next event that I chose was Bamboozle. It's a 2-cost event. You may discard a cunning card from your hand instead of paying this event's cost. Exhaust a unit and return each upgrade on it to its owner's hand. Wow. So he's kitted out. He's looking pretty good. He's playing. He thinks he's safe. He's playing sealed. And the next thing you know, exhaust the unit, return each upgrade to its hand. All right. Then we have the Battlefield Marine. So now we're getting into the command cards that I picked. And you can't go wrong with a Battlefield Marine. He only costs 2, but it's got 3/3 stats, and those are great. There's no text on it, but he's a rebel trooper who has who's in command and heroism. And I think I got a couple of those. Yeah, I sure did. In those 6 packs, I got 2 Battlefield Marines, and not sad to see that in a sealed event. Battlefield Marine. And what can we do with that Battlefield Marine? It says when you play a command unit on Colonel Yularen here, it says, including this one, heal 1 damage from your base. So you got Colonel Yularen down, and you play the Battlefield Marine right after that, and you can heal your base for a couple of points. That might be all that you need in a sealed event, is to get you some health back on your base. So that's Colonel Yularen. Another unit on the ground. I noted that I put a lot of units in this deck, and that's what I really want to do, is kind of swarm in if it's possible. Consortium Star Viper is a unit in space, cost 3. It's a 3/3 fringe vehicle fighter. While you have the initiative, this unit gains Restore 2. When this unit attacks, heal 2 damage from your base. Okay, so it's a way to restore health to your base. And so now if you've got the Colonel out and you play that, and you end up attacking later on, so I have a couple of those in hand as well in my deck. Consortium Star Viper. So we got pretty good presence in space, actually, considering I just opened up 6 packs. The Escort Skiff, that's another thing you could put the Smuggling Compartment on. It is a vehicle. It's a 4-cost, 4/4 underworld vehicle speeder. While you control another command unit, this unit gains ambush. After you play this unit, it may ready and attack an enemy unit. And so we will possibly have we got a few out there, a few command units. Mercenary Company is getting into the more expensive units on the ground, and you want to try to put some of those in there too in case the game goes a little bit long. I don't know if you'll get these out or not, but it does have the ambush and the overwhelm ability, and it's a 5/5 on attack and hit points, on power and hit points. And I've got 2 of those in here. I also have another 6-cost unit. It's the Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. This has the ambush ability. After you play this unit, it may ready and attack an enemy unit. So another ambush ability for these 6-costers in the deck are not bad. It could be clutch, just what you need there at the very end. So I have the Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. It also says when played, return a unit that costs 2 or less from your discard pile to your hand. So bring back a Battlefield Marine. Or you could bring back the Colonel, right? 2 cost to your hand. All right, and now we're going to talk about events. So here's Resupply. Put this event in play as a resource. Always a bonus to find that. Get your little ramp going. The Rebel Pathfinder is kind of a neutral hero unit on the ground. It's a Rebel Trooper 2/3 Saboteur. It can ignore shields, knock shields off if your opponent somehow is building up shields. And I put 2 Rebel Pathfinders in there. I thought those would be good in this deck. The Volunteer Soldier is a Raid 1. It gets +1 while attacking. If you control a trooper unit, this unit costs 1 less to play. And we do have several troopers out here. We've got the more expensive troopers, the Underworld troopers. We got the Rebel Trooper. We got the Battlefield Marines. So we do have some troopers on the board for the Volunteer Soldier. I believe that's Trooper. Yep, sure is. Okay. So there's your Volunteer Soldier. Cost 2 if you have another trooper on the table. And then we got a couple of Alliance X-Wings that cost 2 each. Rebel Vehicle Fighter. So for 6 packs, that's an awful lot of units, I know, and maybe I should put more events to kind of surprise my opponent in my deck. But with what I drew in those 6 packs, I thought this would be a decent deck. I don't know that it would necessarily win the event, but you could have a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of cheap costed events and units that you can get out early in the game, and there's just a little bit of disruption. You could waylay somebody, disarm them, ramp up with resupply, or do some bamboozling, if that's a word, bamboozling. So anyway, that's the deck I promised that I would build from the 6 packs that I opened up so far, the 6 that I had cracked. Come back tomorrow and we'll open up another pack of cards. Thanks for watching my playthrough and deck building videos. If you'd like to subscribe, feel free, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care.